We are back, and I'm always excited about a fishing session, but this is something a little bit more special. I don't know if it's more special, actually. Probably the wrong term. Just a special in its own way, I suppose. So we are once a year. I did Hut Island last year with a couple of mates. Once a year I have a little social. Normally I just fish on my own all year round. So two very good friends from school who are equally carpy as me, Harvey and Anthony, we booked Pads Lake in Yateley, which is a 4-acre lake, loads of history, loads of lovely fish, and we've got the whole lake to ourselves, which would be cool. It's first week of September. It's been stormy overnight. It's been stormy the last couple of days, which suits us. There's nice low pressure. It's just starting to turn overnight. It's going to start getting a bit chillier. Autumn's definitely on its way this week. We've got 3 nights. What's made it even more exciting is Steve Renyard's there at the moment, and he managed to, I think he's been there for a couple of days. So I'll show you the fish that he caught. Lovely old school chestnutty banger. He caught that, I think, well, he might have caught more since, but yeah, he had one of this fish, I think it was yesterday. So yeah, we're just having a pre-session breakfast in Yateley, and yeah, then we're going to crack on and have a little walk around, but absolutely buzzed about this. Been looking forward to it since we booked it. I think it was the bookings opened in March. So yeah, 3 nights. I never do 3 nights either. So looking forward to getting stuck in. So, we're all set. Rods are out. 1:45, so about 3 hours by the time we'd found a swim. I'm sort of middle of the lake. Beautiful lily pads on the right, I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, time to have a little sit down for 5 minutes. Haven't gone wild with the bait. It's probably, as usual, sort of 3 midi spawns over each rod. One I bushwhacked out straight away on some fizzing fish this morning. Nothing's happened there yet. Then the other 2 are just under 9 wraps and 9.5 wraps. There seems to be fairly consistent weed throughout the whole lake, generally like 18 inches to 2 feet. Not very thick weed, but I seem to have found a sort of clear patch about 8-9 wraps out, straight ahead. We're all sort of set up in a bit of a triangle, so it's sort of strategic really, in the hope that if one of us catches, it sort of moves them on to the next, and so on and so on. So lovely and quiet in comparison with Raisbury and Horton. No planes at all really. It's pretty muggy, it's quite overcast. Keep hearing the odd rumble of thunder. It just feels prime. I think I'll probably say that every time I go fishing. So yeah, time to sort out the bivvy a bit more. I've just chucked everything in there thinking there was going to be a downpour. Ant over in the other opposite me has already lost one. So he's got his bait boat and he's put one right up to the edge of the pads, and he just had a take and a hook pull, so that's positive in a way, that there's stuff happening. I think the party before had 7 fish between them. There were 7 anglers on, so quite a bit of pressure. So I'm hoping with a few less lines in the water we might get a bit more success. But yeah, plenty of fizzing here and there. It's very shallow. It's average about 5 foot. I had the deeper out, and even some areas out there were like going down to 2 foot. So yeah, we're finally all set. I'll let you know how it goes. Well done, mate.
What have you got here then, Jules?
27 mirror. It's almost a leather, isn't he? Beauty though. Chunk. Look at his shoulders. I think he's off. He's off. Short battle into the pads. Dug him out. 2 more days. Let's go. What a perfect way to open my Pads Lake account, that is. Went to bed with loads of boshing. They were like smashing out everywhere, including in the pads about a rod length away. And then we had a squally storm sort of come in. Really heavy rain and really heavy winds kept waking me up. And that sort of subsided this morning at about 6 o'clock. So I decided to get up at 6:30-ish. I literally put the gas on my stove, and the middle rod went off, and it was going, which is quite nice because it's in open water, nowhere near pads. But yeah, it was quite a short, rushed battle, mainly because I was panicking slightly about it going into the pads, because as it came in closer, it was trying to duck in there, and imagine it ended up getting in there just before the end of the pads, and it was stuck in there for a couple of minutes only, luckily, and then I managed to pull it out and kind of just rushed it into the net. I just wanted to rush it in and get it done. A bit unfair on the fish, but I was just panicked about not only having to use fluoro, I'm not used to, instead of braid, but yeah, those pads are just vicious. As soon as they get wrapped around them, that's it, it's game over. Anthony over the other side lost one straight away yesterday in the pads. So mission accomplished. Pressure slightly off, rod's gone back out as you saw, two or three spoms over the top, and yeah, it's meant to be quite a squally day, moderate breeze, bit fresher westerly, and completely dark clouds all day, not one hint of sunshine. So yeah, here's to many more.
Angry.
He's mega angry, isn't he?
35 too.
Yeah, he's a beauty. He's only angry on one side though, isn't he? It's like a shotgun now, look. You can send him back to his pads.
Right.
You would think he's ready to go, the way he's been behaving. Oh, now he's chilled.
Don't tell mummy.
Now he's chilled.
Granny.
That's what we came for. We're into the 30s. 2 more nights to go. Off he goes, off he goes. Yeah. little morning update. It's about 6:30, hopefully magical time, which got me a bite yesterday. I was woken up at about 3 a.m. I went to bed quite early last night. I think I've overall slept quite well. I never really know in my bed chair. It's not like being at home, is it? And I'm quite a light sleeper, but at 3 o'clock in the morning they were absolutely smashing themselves out right in front of me. And then you start laying around thinking, that's right on my spots, surely. It feels like it's right on my spots, so they're going to go. Also, I had a liner on the left-hand rod. I haven't had a liner yet since I've been here. So, again, that could have been just a bird running across the line or an animal of some description, so I can't be sure. But there was a lot of activity. So, nothing overnight for any of us, I don't think, actually. It's due to be completely cloudy today, and then we've got some rain coming later on this afternoon, quite a bit of rain. So I am sort of planning on doing that stalking that I did yesterday in the other swim. With all that fizzing and stuff, I feel like I've got slight unfinished business there. But at the same time, I've got 24 hours left to make something else happen. So, and I'm really happy with the way my rods went out last night. So, don't know, conundrums. I'll have to make a decision a bit later on. Kind of yesterday, the decision was based on the fact that we all wanted breakfast together. So, two of us reeled in and went to the other one's swim to have sort of a brunch. So, yeah, it depends whether that happens or not as well, I suppose. But yeah, I should really have another crack at that. I felt like I got close yesterday. So yeah, but here's hoping for, it's just the perfect time for a bite first thing in the morning. So here's hoping for a morning bite. I've seen a little bit of fizzing on my right hand rod, sort of near it anyway at least. But apart from that, not too much action going on, but doesn't necessarily mean anything. So fingers crossed. angry common sulking in the net. It's probably around £27 again. What time was it? About 8 o'clock. 29. Very, very angry common. He might not keep still for me. But yeah, look again, look how dark his back is. Proper fight. Beast to be all over the lake, and then tried to duck in the pads last minute. But yeah, what a stunner. Love a common. It's absolutely pristine, isn't it? It's perfect, every scale. Oh, let's have a look at the other side. Sorry, bud. He has calmed down a bit, actually. Gave him a little rest in the landing net. Here he goes, the other side. He's a unit, isn't he? This is why we come. Fights like this and fish like this. Beautiful. Oh, thanks, mate. Beauty. Here's to a few more. Seems to be morning bites in my middle rod in this swim. Off you go, bud. Straight into the pads. First fish on the left-hand rod, third fish of the session, 24.8. Completely different to the other two. Nowhere near dark, more of a yellow belly, lighter coloured fish. 24.8. Hardly any fight at all with this one. Kind of came straight in. Oh, definitely need to get the rod back out on that spot. We've got tonight and early tomorrow morning, we're off at 10 to go. So, yeah, it's still a stunning condition, this fish. I'll show you the other side if he behaves. There you go. There we go. Hardly a blemish on him. Lovely, 24.8. Oh, third fish of the session. Lovely stuff. Send him home. Sorry about the mat. Send him back to the pads. Off he goes. Is he ready? Little afternoon update. It's been quite a lively afternoon. So there's been 2 30s out, the other two have had them. One's 35 and one was 37. The 37 was had by Harvey, which is amazing because it's his PB. He's been trying to hit the 30s for the last 12 years. Having said that, he's not prolific and he doesn't go fishing on a weekly basis, so it's still taking him some time to get there. So he got a soaking, and because when I was fishing Hut Island a year ago, I stayed for the third night on my own, and managed a 32, which was my PB at the time. And then again in April at Raisbury North, I managed a 43. So I've actually got away with not being soaked for 2 PBs in a row. So yeah, the soaking is about to follow.
We can hug it out.
There's people running.
We can hug it out.
Oh my god. Oh. So this is my soaking coming from April.
Yeah.
My 43. I thought I got away with it. Oh my god, it's actually colder.
That's what happens when
It's
you fish
colder
on
than
your
you
own.
thought.
Right,
Yeah.
who wants the smaller one?
Well, he had a smaller fish slightly. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it got me anyway. It got me anyway. Oh, it's right
Oh,
in the ear.
whoa, stay there. You've got one more, mate. You can't, no, you can't say.
Why?
Because you had 2 PBs.
Hut Island.
Hang on.
Hut Island, you got away
Oh,
with
Hut
it.
Island, yeah. Well, you left me, didn't
sorry,
you?
mate, 2 PBs.
I've got to turn around because that went in my ear.
Two PBs in a month.
It's right down my bum.
Well done, man. Well done, PB boys.
Peanut butter. The peanut
The
butter.
RG PBs.
Rain's coming down. Also just had a liner on the right hand rod, which is on the edge of this pad. I'd have to be on it quick, but there's some chunky rain coming in for an hour or so. It's about 7ish, so we've got an hour of this I think, and then it's brighter in the morning. So a little morning update. Not a sausage for me overnight, but I haven't been having night bites, so hopefully now, before we have to leave at 10, is my time to nick one more. Harvey, on the other hand, had a storming session since he moved from one end of the other to one end of the lake to the other. He had 2 30s last night, so he's now had 3 30s from the corner of the lake. So both of the boys are now down the end where the pads are, and they seem to be producing decent sized fish. So yeah, hopefully if I do nick one, it ends up being a 30, but either way, one fish, regardless of the size or whatever it looks like, would be good before I go home. So we had loads of rain just like yesterday evening before midnight, so everything's soaked for backup, which is nice. I'm gonna start slowly packing up in the next hour or so. But yeah, at the same time, it would be good to go home and have a shower. But I think everyone would agree, and we've had an absolute stonking session now. I think we're on 10 or 11 fish between us, and it's not quite over yet, fingers crossed. So I always forget to do the roundup at the lake, but I suppose it's a booking pad lake, so we were sort of hanging on until 20 to 10, and then the next booking was arriving. So you kind of don't want to hang around too long, and you know, although having said that, there was a certain someone, sponsored angler, hanging around for quite some time as we arrived, actually messing around. So mentioning no names. So yeah, it was like the dream session in the end, literally. We had the perfect weather. It just started to get cold as we were leaving. We ended up having, I think it was 530s and 520s. Some of the other guys, footage of their captures, you know, if it's the middle of the night, they were, you know, doing each other's photos, that sort of thing. I might not have all the imagery, so I'll try and upload everything I can. But yeah, we had 11 or 12 fish in the end. So it was, I think it was 4 or 5, I think it was 530s and 420s at least, with a couple of other tiddlers, a cricket bat common as well, thrown in. So yeah, that was mega. We'll be booking it next year as well. And I recommend it highly to anyone. I think also it helps having 3 anglers. You can have up to 7 or 8 or whatever, but a bit less angling pressure possibly helped. A lot of the big ones seem to be held up in the pads and not open water. But yeah, what a session. Really good fun. My one social of the year. So I hope you enjoyed it.